Great. We are connected. We're connected. We're together. We're here.
Mm-hmm.
You're here.
Mm-hmm. Again. Does this motherfucker ever work?
Well, that's the thing. You work a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just really excited when you don't work.
Yeah.
I just want to keep you here with me.
Right here.
Attached to my hip.
On your hip. Not breathing down your neck.
No. Just so I can quick draw you. Good morning, everyone.
Okay.
Hi, Beatrice. Hi, Malia. Yes, I was almost going to say, I was like, EA, is that like, it sounds so Canadian. Washington. Yeah, I always love hearing where people are tuning in from. Even if you're just popping in to say hi, I just like knowing. Yeah. Oh, I need some more water. Hey, Holly Clark just called us a couple of beauties.
Oh, thank you, Holly.
Hi, Miriam. Oh, thanks, Beatrice. Jessica Cruz, tuning in from Fresno, California.
Was it hot there?
Yeah. Is Fresno like the surface of the sun right now? Hey, Lexi from Philly. Oh. We're just waking our bodies up. Today's going to be a wake your body up day. We're going to work with your spine. We're going to do so many wiggly things. We're going to be a couple of wiggle worms. Hi, Annalisa. Yeah, so I always love hearing where people are from, where they're tuning in from, because it's really cool that we get to have this little community together. And because we're working on your spine today, everybody is coming in with their spine in these different conditions. So if you're, say, on the West Coast or in the States, you probably just woke up a little bit ago and you're taller than what you were last night because you slept and your spine elongated. Hi, Ismar. I think your balls got delivered today, my love. And if you're, say, like on the East Coast where we are, it's the afternoon, so we've had a little more time. We've gotten a little bit shorter. And if you're somewhere in Europe, like I know some of you are in France and in Portugal, you're probably compressed. So we're working with our spines in all of these different ways. And that's going to be our theme this entire month. It's going to be really fun. Oh, yeah. So, Sacktown and Berkeley. Yes. Melissa survived Cancun. Yes. Very compressed. My scoliosis thanks you. Well, I thank your scoliosis for being here because we're going to do some exercises and things that are very balanced for some of my friends that have scoliosis. So this is going to be not a crazy power class. Like, we will still offer up some power things, but I really want this to be a day of exploration for you. Because ultimately, that's what I want classes and movement classes to be for my students. I don't want you to feel forced to do something that I'm suggesting and barreling your way through it and figuring it out. The beauty of a home practice is that you get to customize it. So even if you just hang for 15 minutes with us, if you spend the whole hour with us, if you spend a little bit of time and then self-explore on your own, that is all amazing stuff. Hi, Shayla. Babe, Shayla says, hey, y'all.
All right.
Hey, Denisha.
You get it right.
I think I like keep looking at your profile, and because you have it spelled out, and I'm like saying it in my head every time I interact with you or go through your stories.
You're about to have a very hard to pronounce last name, love. So.
Yes. So how many days till we get married? 10 more days until Kumar and I are getting married. And I will be taking his name, and I'm going to take it. I'm not going to take it from you, but we're going to share it together.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is a Nigerian name, babe.
Yeah.
I mean, you have the most names I've ever known anybody to have.
Mm-hmm. Like somebody fell asleep on a keyboard.
Yeah, they definitely fell asleep on the keyboard when they typed your name out. They were like, you know what? Let's add another name on here.
Keep going.
Let's keep going. Let's go. Like, let's. We can just hyphen that. No, it's fine. All right. Are you cutie pies ready to do this shit? Do you have blocks? Do you have water? Do you have a support animal? Because we're going to have fun today. Yay! I don't have a ton of water, but I feel like I'm going to be okay. I feel like I'm fine.
I mean, you'll find them in it.
I'll find them in a minute. All right, so I'm just going to leave my blocks at the top of my space. Oh. Again, I offered up a couple of different playlists based on like what genres you like to play in, but I'm going to go with this genre mashup one because it's a little bit of everything. It's a little bit of everything that both I like and Kumar like, and we both like at the same time. So let's get starting. We're going to start standing. Hello. I like to jumble my words in the morning. Okay. So just kind of shake yourself out a little bit. Sometimes I like to just shimmy my legs a little bit, shake through my arms, and then try to settle like right into a little bit of a neutral position. Now, if you just woke up and you're still kind of figuring out what life is at this hour, we're all going to do this together. I want you to lift up your heels a little bit and then let them just hit the ground. Everything just bounces, yeah? We're going to do that repetitively. We're not going to go up to our highest. We're just kind of going up and down just like this. So we're compressing our spine a little bit. We're waking up our nervous system. And I want you to really have heavy, wiggly arms, yeah? Don't try to like hold anything in. Don't be afraid of wiggly, jiggly parts. I want you to let it all wiggle and jiggle a little bit. Also, this always makes my like butt and hamstrings wake up.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you feel it or no? You've got like God level butt and hamstrings.
Yeah, it's mostly just calves.
Yeah, calves. Those are all good. Good. Last 10 seconds. I know. Ooh. Last 3. Last 2. And 1. Relax the heels down. Ooh, let's take a big sweep up of the arms. I want you to get really long and tall. Now, hold this position, and I want you to kind of lift up your right hip, lift up your right heel too, so you're squeezing through the obliques on that right-hand side, and then place it back down. Same thing on the other side. Lift up that left heel, ooh, and then take it back down. Good, let's do that again. Reach, and the left, Good. One more time on the right. One more time on the left. Good. And then let's washing machine your hips out. Kamar's going for the slaps and smacks today.
Going for the no bones.
No bones arms. Do you remember? Yeah, you did. You do it because I have a microphone and I don't want to do it.
Oh yeah, the Yancey.
The Yancey move. One of our crazy Ashtanga teachers makes us do this like for at least a minute in the morning to start. All right. Now, if you're doing that move, finish it all off. And then let's bend our knees nice and deep. Ooh, and we're going to bring our butts all the way down to the ground. Oh, hello, knee mobility. Once you get your tuchus on the ground, let's cross your ankles. Bring your hands onto your shin bones. And we're going to move through our seated cat-cows. We're going to work through some extension and through some contraction. So first, we're going to move through our cows. So think about how cows have those really like low sway backs. Yeah. I want you to lift your chest, open up your heart space. And with your exhale, rock it back, contract. Now, I really like to roll back onto my tailbone. That's nice. Inhale again, reach forward, open up. And rock it back. Yeah. Now, set yourself on autopilot. Go through this thing. I'm moving my entire spine kind of as one unit at the moment. But we're also going to break down some of these moves vertebra by vertebra. And we're going to be going through several degrees of motion through your spine. This is going to be like the overview fun little class here today. Good. Now let's take you all the way up into a neutral spine. So there's a natural lumbar curve happening behind you. Right hand is going to find your left knee. Left hand is going to plant behind your sacrum. Good. Now listen, I want you to take an inhale, grow taller through your spine. And with your exhale, twist a little bit deeper. So every time we're working twist, we're working with nice active muscles. And that way we're protecting our bones. Yeah. Let's do this to the other side. So left hand finds your right knee. Right hand plants behind you. I think I said the right ones. I want you to, again, inhale, grow tall, and exhale, twist. So we're working this twist up from our shoulders. The hips are fixated in one place. In a hot second, we're going to explore the range of motion when our shoulders are fixed and our hips are the one creating the twists. Now, let's take ourselves all the way back towards center. Uncross your leggies, bring them out in front of you, and we'll do a Pilates style roll down. Reach your arms forward in front, and then let's roll back one backbone at a time. Y'all know I love this one. Now, once your shoulders and back of head touch the ground, take your arms up above your head. I want you to elongate out your legs nice and long, create a natural arch into the back, and slightly pull the rib cage in. Take an inhale. With your exhale, reach the arms forward, bring chin to chest, look towards your toes, slowly roll yourself up, and go into a forward fold. I like to flex my feet at this point. My hamstrings are always so upset in the morning. What's up with that? Okay, let's take ourselves back down. We're going to do that Pilates roll 2 more times. So keep the contraction. Roll yourself down, 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 down. Yay! Reach the arms up above your head. Maintain the natural lumbar curve, but just slightly draw the rib cage in, especially for my bendy babes. And then bring yourself up. Yeah. Keep the contract. Keep the contract. Reach, 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 reach. Flex through the feet and melt it over. Reset. One more breath in. One more breath out. And back we go. I know you love this, don't you? This was exactly how you planned to spend your morning or evening or afternoon. Create the length, just like you're swimming through water, and bring it up. Nice. Now, here when you're working with these nice long legs, if you ever need it, you can bend your knees to make this a lot more accessible. Now, our spine, our hips, our hamstrings are all in this super symbiotic relationship. A lot of yoga teachers suggest bending your knees in order to create a longer spine, but when everybody bends their knees, that doesn't always equal a long spine. So I really want you to think about taking any curvature out of this low back, even if it means you're lifting up a lot. Yeah. Notice that difference, feel that difference, create that for yourself. Give it another breath in. And then with your exhale, allow the spine to round. Excellent work, everyone. Now let's roll ourselves all the way back down onto our backs. This time your arms are just going to kind of rest by your side, but give you a little space out. Give yourself a little space out. I'm having such a hard time saying words today, y'all. Bring your knees into a bent position, so 90 degrees. And I want you to use your abs, pick up your hips, scooch them over to the right. Nice. And then let everything fall over towards the left-hand side. Hopefully the hips line up on top of each other and in alignment with the torso. So here we're trying to work with fixed shoulders, and the hips and movement are what's creating this rotation in your body. Now, the knees don't have to touch the ground if you need to stack some blocks or maybe like a little bolster underneath your knees. It can be an excellent way to modify this shape for your body, okay? Take another breath in. And with your exhale, take the knees back through center. You can go one leg at a time to make it easy peasy, or both lift at the same time if you're a total psychopath. All right, let's scoot the hips over to your left. Same thing, let the knees fall over to the right. Oh, that feels good. And try to belly breathe here. Get your parasympathetic nervous system involved. Nice work, everyone. Now, again, your legs can open to bring you back into center. Use your abdominals again. Scoot everything back in towards the middle. And let's take your fingertips into your knee pits here. Contract and curl up the spine, and let's rock and roll. Now you can rock up to a balance. You can touch your toes to the ground. We're going to do a few of these. Nice work. And then let's make our way up into boat position if ye haven't already. Starting position, toes on the ground. Level 2, toes up. Level 3, arms out. We're going to go for a little bit of a hold here. Now again, I'm not necessarily balanced too high up onto my sit bones. I would say maybe just behind it. If your hip flexors and upper quads are freaking the F out, open up your legs a little bit here. Maybe that provides you a little bit of relief. Try to take your arms up above your head here, and I want you to hold. Find extension through the arms and fingertips. Yeah, point those pretty toes. Wow, Kamar. Who got you those legs?
Legs by Tracy.
Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's roll it through tabletop position. Spread out your hands nice and wide. Give yourself a couple of shifts forward and backwards to open up the forearms. Open up the hands. Maybe you need a full external rotation to get those bad boys ready. And then in 10 seconds, we're going to meet back in downward facing dog. Yes. All right. So if you haven't gone into down dog yet, let's go there together. Nice. And I want you to do any movement that feels good while you're there. So Kamar was kind of doing these like little elbow taps to the ground. That's cool. You can pedal your legs. You can swivel your hips, move around, shake out the head. Yes, shake it out. No, whatever feels good. And I really want you to focus on your breath here. You don't always have to just breathe in and out of your nose. You can inhale through the nose, out of your mouth. Maybe you need to stick out your tongue. You need to yeah. I want you to really invite yourself into this. 3 more breaths here. Now, I like to work feet hip width distance apart in this position. That's going to help us a lot as we move through these down dog to high plank spinal rolls. Y'all know I love doing these. Lift up your heels nice and high, contract the quads, contract the belly, roll forward. And as you roll forward, move that contraction all the way up into the shoulder blades until you create protraction up here across the blades. Yes, now take it all the way back, downward facing dog, lift the hips. Recreate that long spine. Try to recreate flatness in the back. Maybe you do that by softening the knees and trying to extend the sit bones to the sky. Kamar, that's what I'm talking about. Keep working. You got 4 more through that. I know I did it slow on that first one, but I want you to synchronize up with the inhales and the exhales. Good. I think you got 2 more, love.
Yeah, 3 more.
3 more, cool. Maybe on that last one, you add a little bit of a push-up. And then up and back into down dog. Ooh, baby. Now lift up the heels high, bend into your knees deep. I want you to look towards the top of your mat and then travel to the top. You can take a little hop, a little step, a little float. Wow, Kamar wants to float today. Feet hip width distance apart. Do that little halfway lift. And then melt it all the way down. Let's work into a twist. Left knee bends, right leg sticks straight. Right arm reaches up to the sky. My friends, if you need a little help, some go-go gadget arms, bring a block underneath your left hand. See if that makes a difference. Even if you're really flexible, sometimes it just feels good to try something in a new dimension. Yeah, let's do the same thing to the other side. Right knee bends, left leg elongates, left arm reaches up to sky. Hopefully, you're starting to get this into your left outer hip area. Now, we're going to do this one more time through. Left leg bends, right leg extends, right arm reaches up towards the sky. Now, roll to the outer edge of your right foot. So you're lifting up your inner arch, and I want you to circle out this right wrist. Good. Circle it into the other direction. And then take one big arm circle in one direction and circle that out into the other direction all the way down to the ground. Flatten the right foot. Same thing other side. Right knee bends, left leg elongates. Left arm reaches up to sky. Do that little wrist circle one way, the other way. Big arm circle. And then arm circle into the other direction to get you all the way back down to neutral. Now I want you to soften your knees, friends. Roll yourself all the way up towards standing. Good. And when you make it all the way up, we're just going to do a couple rounds of some weird things, okay? I want you to bend into your knees, but keep your weight centered. Maybe the knees are going to track right over your big toes. That's good for me. Create a big posterior tilt here, so it's very exaggerated. And then roll yourself all the way up to standing, and I want you to lift up your chest. Yes, let's do that again. Big bend into your knees, big contraction into the pelvis. Roll yourself all the way up to standing. Last time, bend into your knees, knee. Big contract, roll it all the way up. Big proud chest, lift up your arms, inhale. And with your exhale, forward fold. Take it all the way down, flat spine if possible. Inhale, get a little halfway lift, lengthen out. And then fold to plant, step back into high plank position. Good. We're going to do our first chaturanga and our first back bend. I'm going to do a modified. Kamar's going to go full on. So I want you to glide forward, either bend elbows to halfway or come all the way down to the ground. Kamar's doing up dog. I'm doing low cobra. So I'm just recruiting my low back and mid back to do this. Now we're going to go all the way back to down dog. Sometimes I come back all the way, push through tabletop, and then back into downward facing dog. All right. Now, we're going to roll through a couple of flows here with this one, and we're going to add on pieces. Lift up your heels nice and high. Bend your knees, look forward. Travel to the top of your space, however you like to get there. Yes, halfway lift, lengthen. And with your exhale, forward fold. Rise all the way up to standing, big sweeping arms. Forward fold, flat spine. Try to take it all the way down. Good. Kumar's pointing those sit bones behind him. Inhale, create your halfway lift, lengthen. Fold to plant, chaturangas, or none at all. I showed you that modified version if you want to have it. Urdhva Mukha, try to bring those shoulder blades together, broaden across the collarbones. Exhale, take it back into down dog. Now I want y'all to do this 3 more times on your own, please. Feel free to add on anything that feels right. Whether that's maybe a big back bend at the top. Yeah. Now, when we're doing these back bends, especially in relation to the spine, in order to create deeper back bends, we want to deactivate the muscles that are creating the flexion in the back. But if you do that, I want you to become aware that that can compromise your SI joint. So if you are working those back bends and want to keep it safe, keep them engaged. If you're exploring your depth to greater degrees, then I want you to try to keep that SI joint safe. Yes. Glorious. Kumar to me is like art in motion. This is what you get for coming to class. I get to butter your biscuits. Kumar's on his last flow. So if you rushed through, just hang out in down dog. Yeah, there you go.
Sometimes the artistic process is messy.
Yes, art is meant to be messy. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, once you make it back into downward facing dog, do yourself a quick favor here. We're going to explore our hips a little bit more. I want you to lift up your heels, but then rainbow your hips over, your heels over to the left-hand side. So it's like you're in a tiny little tightrope at the back of your mat. Now, we're still creating down dog in your upper body, so I still want you to push back. If you need it, right leg can pick up and just barely cross behind the left. All you're trying to create is a little more extension through the side body. You're here for 3. I know it's a lot for the shoulders. Last 2. If you crossed over, bring it back. Heels back through center and over to the other side. Good. This is going to help once we get into our big back bends at the very end. We really want these shoulders nice and warm. Now, if you did it on the other side, left foot will pick up and cross just behind the right for that additional side body work. You're here for 3. Yes. Last 2 and 1. Take yourself all the way back through center. Roll it forward into a high plank position and then lower your knees down to the ground, tabletop. Now, we've worked our wiggly spines in a couple of ways. Now I want to break it down vertebra by vertebra. We're going to work our cat-cows again, but we're going to work from our butt forwards and from our shoulders back. So initiate the contraction by contracting the pelvis first. Roll. And then start with the chest. Unfurl, and back. Yeah? Start tailbone to spine, and then shoulders back to tailbone. Yeah? Good. Now you can do this in this tabletop position, or you can make your life a little bit harder and do it floating. Contract and shoulders. So you're essentially working this pelvic tuck and then working into a scapular push-up if you're doing the floating version. Yes, that's what we like. Overdrive. 10 more seconds, my darlings. I know, we got to work the cores a little bit. Now we're all going to go into a floating tabletop in 5, 4, 3, 2, as neutral a spine as possible on 1. Rainbow the heels over to the left. Feel the contraction in that left side body. and up and over to the other side. So a couple of hip wiggles here. Good, you got 8 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and back towards center, up and back, downward facing dog. Heels nice and high, bend your knees, look forward, travel to the top of your mat, hop, step. Halfway lift, exhale, fold. Chair position, reaching your arms towards the upper hand corner. And open your twist to the right. Right arm back, left arm forwards. Now I want you to try to show your right palm towards that side of the space. Let that shoulder pull back. Good, let's sweep it back through center. Open up to the other side, work to your left. Good. Again, the palm is facing that side of the space. This is where we're working through dynamic stability. Stability isn't always stillness, it can be movement. So let's go side to side. Inhale, center. Exhale, open. Inhale, center. Exhale, open. 15 more seconds of this. Try to not let your knees move. Keep everything stable across the pelvic girdle. Good, you got 5. 4. 3. Hello, shoulders. 2. Last time over to the left for me. And back into your chair. Forward fold all the way down. Halfway lift, lengthen out, friends. Straight through your chaturanga, or if you're feeling ready for a little bit of arm balance work, crow position can come in here. Fingertips grip your mat, lift your heels, bend your knees out to the side and attach them somewhere on your triceps. So you've already been creating this shape just in other areas of this flow. Protraction across the shoulder blades, belly in. If you want to just step back or jump back, go for it. Yes, Kumar. And with your exhale, downward facing dog, take it up and back. Yes, everyone. Let's lift up your right leg. Open up your hip, bend into your knee, and feel free to explore within that shape. We will be deepening. We will be getting deeper here. So enjoy these moments, these little interludes between all the other things. All right, now let's square everything off here. Pull your right knee in towards your nose. Good, big step through into low lunge. Now, grab up your blocks if you have them. Snatch, snatch. And we're gonna really quickly work through these lunging positions. So, dip your left hip down to the ground, open up across your chest, and with your exhale, take it back, lengthen through the right leg, pull toes towards face. Now do something for yourself real quick. Draw the right femur head into the socket. Check your low spine. Try to create as long a low spine as possible. Good. And then rebend into your front knee. Make it active. Inhale. Exhale, pull it back. Yes, one more just like that. Inhale. Good. Exhale, pull it back and stay. Now let the chest work down towards the shin bone and then just ripple up the spine. Ripple down and ripple up. Last time. Lengthen everything out, bend into your front knee. Walk your blocks forward, lift up through your back leg. Again, square everything down. We're in this nice block-supported warrior 3 position. Bend into your right knee. Good. Hands can come to heart and you can bring it all the way up into a single-legged mountain. Yeah. Open this leg out to the side. Create your tree position, Rakshasana. Sole of the foot can go to inner thigh, calf muscle, or all the way down to the ground, even on your ankle. Now lengthen into your tailbone. Use the abductor muscles of this left hip to create this shape within your body. Hands can stay at heart center, or if you want to work your shoulders with internal rotation, reverse prayer behind you, attaching the palms together. Maybe chest expansion grip feels good. Maybe steeple grip above your head if you want to work the shoulders into that flexion position. You're here for 5, 4, 3. Ooh, last 2. And 1. Let's take the arms back to position. Left leg comes back in front of you. Nice. Big step behind you. We'll land into a high crescent position. Ooh. Good. Arms reach up above your head. Nice work. Now let's move into our arrow lunge, I've heard it called. I just like to call it extension lunge. So we're going to lean forward. We're going to load up that right hip. Try to pull up instead of dunk into it, right? I want you to be very resistant to gravity for one more breath in. Exhale, warrior 2. Stack everything up, left arm back, right arm forwards. Now let's lengthen through this right leg. Try to keep tracking that front knee over that second toe. Lean forwards and work into your triangle position. Now, I'm not totally opposed to you holding onto your leg. I would prefer a block. I like to take the block to the outside of the leg if possible. That way you're staying really nice and stacked. Imagine like there's a wall behind you. And I want you to try to both lean this left hip and left shoulder into that wall while scooping the right hip underneath you. My overly flexible friends, you may have to pull back just slightly here to make sure that you're in the right alignment. Please stay for one more breath in. Use your exhale, contract those left obliques, bring yourself all the way back up, rebend into front knee so that you're in warrior 2. Side angle, lean forwards, right elbow can rest on thigh, left arm high. Nice. Breathe for 3. You're going to go down to a low lunge in 2. Excellent work. And 1. Square everything down to the ground. Back heel lifts and works above your toes. We're going to do 1 lunged twist here. Right arm is going to reach up towards the sky. Again, a block can come underneath your left hand to give you that additional support. Take a breath in. Nice. Take a breath out. Now let's return this right hand to the ground. Use your core to try to step this right foot back. It can also extend back and you'll move through your high to mid plank. Or just say, no, thank you, ma'am. And then head on back to downward facing dog where we'll meet you. Nice, Kumar. Nice control. You're so strong in the morning. That's when you need to catch Kumar, not outside, but in the morning. Okay, let's work through that left side. Left leg lifts.
I'm jumping the gun.
Oh, were you trying to get to the top of your mat?
No. I just had to look through before you said it.
Oh, it's all good, babe. Yeah. All right. Now let's square off that left leg after you've wiggled it all around. Pull the knee in towards your nose. Remember that protraction across the shoulder blades? Yeah, you need that here to step it through. Snatch up your blocks. Snatch, snatch. I should do this too because I did it on the other side. And I want you to give your right hip flexor permission to work towards the earth. But I still like to think about truly trying to square off to the front. Now, find a breath in. And with your exhale, pull back, lengthen through the left leg. Now again, think femur head into socket. Oh, that's going to get into those hamstrings like nothing else. Big dorsiflexion in this front foot. Good, just 2 more times like that. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend and hold. Now try to melt the chest down. And you're just working through the spine. Inhale, lift it. Exhale, melt it. Final round. And then elevate that spine like it's in your halfway lift. Bend into your front knee. Walk the block forward, lift up your right leg. Yeah. You're in your warrior 3 block supported, which I love to nail down my warrior 3 technique. For a lot of folks, they open up the hip in order to avoid squaring off. If you have something like hip dysplasia and need to keep it open, then keep it open, yeah? HP doesn't just happen to our animals. Now let's take the hands to heart center, fortify your cheeks, bring it all the way up, single-legged mountain. And then let's work into our tree pose Rakshasana. Sole the foot to wherever it went on the other side. Or if you have a certain injury that prohibits you from doing the exact same thing from right to left, all good with me. Create whatever you need with the arms. They can go behind you, around you, in front of you, okay?
Don't want to get unlisted.
No, I don't want to anger the YouTube gods. All right, y'all. Couple more breaths here. You got this. You're almost through. And let's bring it back to center. Now, right leg is going to come out from where it was and take a big controlled step behind you, landing in your high lunge. Arms are reaching straight up towards the sky. Whoa. Now, if we're too deep, it's going to be a little bit hard. So I like to go right into that sweet spot and then lean forward, lengthen out. Feel like somebody's pulling through your fingertips and pulling through the heel. And then again, notice if you're just compressing into that hip joint, lift from the hip. One more inhale. I know this one sucks. Exhale, warrior two. Open that bad boy up. Get the pelvis underneath you. Ooh. Now let's lengthen through your left leg. Lean forward, trying to keep torso tracking over femur, and work into your Trikonasana triangle pose. Right arm is reaching up. If you use a block on the other side, recreate that same balance here. Yeah. So, this lateral extension is one of those degrees of motion through the spinal column. So we're getting all this space into this right side body. Remember, I told you to imagine leaning up against the wall if ye be the flexible types of peeps. Again, still think about pulling the ribs in, not letting the shoulder go too far back, and working your energy out through the fingertips. You're getting all the personalized love today.
Yay.
Yay. Take a breath in. Exhale, use that right oblique. Get your ass up and bend into your front knee. Hey, now let's move into our side angle. Lean forwards, elbow can rest onto thigh. I like that. That helps me really get my hips underneath myself. You can touch the ground, touch blocks if you need to. You're here for 3. Your low lunge, and then our twist is coming next in 2. And let's go for it. Hands come down, square everything off. Anchor through the right hand on the floor or on a block, and let's reach your left arm up towards the sky. Now, remember earlier when we were going from our twists, both anchored from the hips, anchored from the shoulders? I want you to still imagine that these hips are anchored. How do you do that? You're engaging your entire core and your pelvic floor. Breathe. 1 inhale. Exhale, take this left hand down, frame up the foot. You can step back, work through your high to mid planks, or just meet in downward facing dog. And then we get a moment of rest before we move through our last concepts. Wow. Okay, I've got a couple offerings for rest shapes. Downward facing dog is one of them. Child's pose is one of those. Knees wide, hips back, arms reaching forward. Another one I'd like to offer up is your puppy pose, or Anahatasana, heart melting. With your Anahatasana, do you want to show them Anahatasana? You're like, fine. So I like, just mainly because Kamar does this sometimes in the living room, and it's like my ultimate favorite when you do it. So think of it like your child's pose, but your knees are going to stay in that neutral position. Seat is going to work up towards the sky. Now, not everybody has an upper back this flexible, so you can just bring your forehead to the ground, or if you're like Kamar, you can bring chin and your forehead, or your chin to the ground, or just your forehead to the ground. So whichever your poison is you want to choose today, do it, because we got 15 more seconds here to breathe. Yes. Good, and if you chose to work through that puppy pose and need a little counter shape, Kumar's already in it, Sphinx. You can take your forearms onto the ground, bring your hips down to the ground, and you can decompress by rolling out through your neck left to right. He's got it right there. We're going to meet back in down dog in 5. Nice. From this downward facing dog, lift up your heels nice and high, bend your knees, look forward. Travel to the top of your mat, hop, step, maybe a little float. Halfway lift, lengthen. And with your exhale, fold. Chair position, bend into your knees, sweep the arms, upper hand corner. Good. Open up into your twist one time. Right arm back, left arm forwards. Inhale, take it back. Exhale to the left. Inhale back. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift, lengthen. And with your exhale, you can work through your crow position again. Maybe you want to work crow to your handstand, so you press up and through. Or you say, hey, I'll see you on the other side, and you meet us in downward facing dog. Nice. Good. Keep it. Yes. Downward facing dog. Right leg lifts up to the sky, friends. Open up through your hip. Pause. If you want a little bit more, lower just your left forearm down to the ground. Get a little extra space. Now it's going to require some core. It's going to require some control. Bring your right knee back into square. Bring it to chest and lift your left elbow up at the same time. Squeeze and step through into your low lunge. Now you can continue to do this with blocks or without. We're just going to do it once. Feel the hip open, dip the hip down, open up through your chest. Inhale. And with your exhale, one time hamstring stretch. Now stay here. Feel the chest work down towards the shin bone. Good. Roll it up, lengthen it out, and then take it back down. Now rebend into your front knee. We're going to try to get into our warrior 3 from here. You can walk the hands forward or bring them to chest and lift up like Kumar. You're there for 3, 2, and 1. Bring it up into your single-legged mountain. Options, tree pose again for your second time, or hand to big toe pose. Grab a toe, take it forwards in front of you, and then out to the side. Open it up. Nice. You're there for 3. You're here for 2. Take it back to center on 1. Now, can you take it back to warrior 3 for me? Sweep it back. You wanted to pistol squat there so bad, didn't you?
I just didn't know where we were going.
That's okay. It's all an adventure. And then we're going to step back into our high crescent. So foot makes contact with the earth, arms reach up towards the sky. Excellent. Now maintain this position, but I want you to lean forward, lengthen out through everything, the entire body. Can you lean a little bit more, but still stay lifted in that hip socket for 3, for 2, warrior 2, open up on 1. Lengthen the front leg, Trikonasana triangle pose. Lean it forward, right arm down, left arm high. Very good. Now I'm going to change it up just a little bit. Inhale, reverse warrior. Bend into your front knee. Reach the right arm all the way up and back. Now we're going to take it into our meanest little twist. We're going to go into Revolved Trikonasana. So take yourself back to center, lengthen through the front leg. Maybe you shorten up your stance a bit. Rotate through the spine, take the left hand down to the ground and your right arm up skywards. Now, I need your entire back foot on the ground. So if shortening your stance or widening your stance helps you do that, please do that for yourself. Excellent. Now, bend into this front knee. Get yourself set up for either your low lunge twist or Vashistasana side plank. Now, I mentioned earlier exercises that are very beneficial for scoliosis. Your side plank is going to be one of those exercises. You can do this with your bottom knee onto the ground for support, or if your shoulders are the ones giving you issues, bring your whole forearm down onto the ground. Hold this, my loves, and breathe for 3 and 2. And let's get out of there on 1. Hand comes down. You can go high to mid. You can go single-legged. Really any way that your little heart desires. Here we go. Final round. Then everything from here on out is on the ground. Left leg lifts, hip opens. If you tried this on the other side, right forearm can come down for that extra bit of oof in that right hamstring and calf muscle. Now you got to be a little bit coordinated here. Left leg squares off, knee comes to chest, right elbow lifts, and then you step it through low lunge with or without your blocks. Feel the right hip work towards the earth, broaden across the chest. Hello, hip flexors. And then say hello to your hamstring. Counter it, take it back. Now, hold this position. Just move from the spinal column. Lower the chest down towards the shin. Lengthen, lift. And back down towards the shin. Rebend into the front knee. Who's your daddy? Warrior 3. Hands can come to heart first, or you can curl the fingers forward. Good. Extend like hell through this back leg. Push the shit away. Yes. Then bring it all the way up into your standing position. Yowza. You've got your tree position, or you have your Vashistasana. Hand is going to grab for that big toe. You kick it forward, still thinking about spinal lengthening. Try to take the contraction out and then work it out towards the side. Now, I'm not so attached to your right leg having to be straight. Try to create more length through your earth leg. Yes. Start from your foundations, then work out. Your body and your practice will thank you later for it. Last 3. I'm so proud of you, Kumar. Last 2 and 1. Take those little leggies back to center. And then let's take it back into your warrior 3. Hooray, I remembered. Long. And big step to the back. You're like, I'm done with this warrior 3 shit, babe. Now, once you got yourself in position, again, let's lean it forward, lengthen everything out. This is your last one of these. These are one of my least favorite shapes to do. So give yourself 1 more quarter of an inch. Then open up into your warrior 2. Bingo. Lengthen the front leg. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Take it down. Feel the hip roll underneath you. And then into reverse warrior. I need the front leg to rebend. Left arm is going to go all the way up and back. Excellent. Now from here, we're going to go into our revolved triangle position. So bring the torso back to neutral, lengthen through the front leg. Maybe you adjust that back foot, but I do want you to turn the chest towards the front of the space and then rotate it down towards this left foot. Yes. Now again, hey, you've got go-go gadget arms. If you need a longer arm, use a block. If the back foot is rolling into the arch or lifted in any way, please shorten your stance, yeah? You're only prohibiting your own progress if you're trying to force yourself into a shape that doesn't work. I promise you're still doing the work if you're feeling it. Now, rebend into your front knee. Rotate off that inner arch and back heel so that you're balanced on the toes. You can still work into the twist or come with me into your final big huza shape. Side plank, Vashistasana. Step the left foot behind you. If you modified and made it work for you by lowering the knee, lowering the forearm, you could even do both of those. Make it happen. We're balancing out both hemispheres of your body. You're here for 5 more seconds. 3, 2, my loves, and bring it home all the way through. Nice. Downward facing dog. All right. We're going to bring ourselves to our butts. You can do that by just stepping forward and sitting your cute ass down. Or you can do a jump through. Oh, sometimes I need a couple tries.
Sweaty.
Yeah, you're sweaty. I like it.
Okay, last try.
Last try. That's okay. Ooh, we're learning. We're tucking. Wow. Ooh, we're breathing. We're squeezing. Holy shit. Okay, you're down. Nice, babe.
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute since we...
started that.
Yeah, it's been a sec. Okay, you guys are so amazing. Hey, we're going through our final little pieces on the ground here, but that doesn't mean that they won't be advanced. So I just want you to move really smart here for yourself in these last 10 minutes, which several of them will be done having an adult nap time on your back. How great is that? All right. Give yourself one little forward fold.
Okay.
Yeah, just one of those. Try to scoot your butt cheeks behind you a little bit. And then just like we did in the very beginning, let's roll ourselves down. Start with your contraction and then move backwards. Keep the belly engaged. That's it. And once you're all the way down, I want you to bring your knees into a bent position, feet on the ground, hip width distance apart. Arms are by your side body, and I want you to lift up your sternum a little bit and really roll onto the triceps and the under forearms of your arms. Bridge position is where we're going. Please initiate by contracting the pelvis first. Roll yourself up, and then if you need any more than that, scoot the arms even further underneath you and maybe create chest expansion grip. All right. Now, one thing that can feel really, really good, that's just a little exploration. If you're in that chest expansion grip, I'll show it on myself. Ugh. So remember earlier when we rolled to the outer edges of your feet? I want you to do that again here. Open up your hips, sit your butt all the way down onto your wrists, and then bring the soles of the feet together into Baddha Konasana. So it's a chest-bound Baddha with an upper body back bend.
Chest-bound Baddha.
Chest-bound
Baddha.
Baddha badassbitch.com. Yeah? How does that feel for you, Kumar?
It's really good because I've been needing to stretch out my biceps and forearms, and this is a good way. The other way, where you're actually laying on your stomach with your arms elongated beneath you, can be a little bit more intense.
Yes. So we're going to be in this chest-bound Baddha for another couple seconds, and then we'll get ourselves out and we'll try to progress into our wheel position, our Dhanyarasana. So let's begin that process. Start by taking the legs together, get the feet back and oriented, lift up the hips, and then let's remove the chest expansion and take yourself all the way down. Now, if you're not inclined to do that wheel position, you don't have to, but if you would like to go there with us, start through that bridge first. So lift up through the hips. And then take the hands up above your shoulders, fingertips facing the shoulders. Level 1, you just come onto the crown of the head. Yeah? This can be totally fine. This is a great space to stop. Or if your shoulders and arms feel ready, press through the arms all the way through. Now, don't be afraid to adjust here. Whether that's walking the hands wider, walking them forwards, walking your feet back. Maybe you want to go through some little wheel push-ups. You want to bend and then lengthen through the arms. Those are all great things to try out. And we're going to be doing a couple rounds of this. Nice, Kumar. Great. Now, if you're a wheelin' and dealin' son of a bitch, maybe you keep going through this, or if you have a practice of drop backs and stands up, you can do that too, and you can do that with the wall if you want. But if you're doing those drop backs, I like to start with a really wide pelvis here. Ooh. Oh, That's what happens when things happen. Hi, Kumar. Great job today. You saved a plant from complete destruction. Okay. So
Do you want to show them the drop back?
I will.
Yeah.
I will. I kind of made you a little trap there. Okay. So if you're doing the drop backs, babe, what happened? I'm so confused.
Chain reaction of things being slightly off balance.
Okay. So if you're working your drop backs, I like to go through straight arms, lean, 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 and you want to make eye contact with the ground behind you. If you're unable to do that, then I wouldn't drop back at all. And then the same process happens when you come back up. Again, bend. I'm rolling into the inner arch of my feet and bringing it all the way back up. So wherever you are on any of those.
Yeah, the light took the plant out.
The light, yeah, I like shortened up the base. I shouldn't have done that.
Oh, yeah.
It's okay. All right. If you're all done with that back bend, as we clean up the dirt off the studio floor, let's bring you all the way back down onto the ground. And to counter this shape, I want you to find a neutral spinal position on the ground and then do your Apanasana. So knees come in and then wide around the ribs. Again, still think lumbar curvature. If you can still keep that and then want to do your happy baby, then create that happy baby. Poor dirt.
Soil, babe. It's not dirt.
It's soil.
There's a difference.
That's very true.
There's no dirt in this house.
All right, now from that happy baby, my darlings, I want you to bring everything back into center. Knees come into chest tight. Forehead comes to knees, and maybe you even give a kiss to your right knee, your left knee. And then let it go all the way down into our final shape, Shavasana. And once you get into that final position, I want you to really scoot the shoulder blades underneath you. I like to take a couple of little inchworm moments. Try to take your tongue off of the roof of your mouth and relax your jaw. Bring another breath into you. Into your chest. And then bring one more after that into your belly. Let the arms reach up above your head. And using your intuition, roll off onto one side into a fetal position, coiling yourself up into a little ball. Whichever your top arm is, use that hand to push you up into a seated position. And we're going to do a little bit of nervous system stimulation. So I want you to just rub your hands on your arms, especially on the insides. And then taking it across your chest. So I like to go across. This is a Kundalini move. It's also really good for stimulating your immune system. And then let your right hand rest onto your heart, your left hand onto your belly, and just give yourself a quick moment of gratitude for carving out this time in your morning, your afternoon, or your evening for you. With so much gratitude. Thank you guys for joining us. Nice work, Kumar.
Thanks, babe.
Sorry about a collapsing light.
Beware of falling props.
Beware.
Yeah, I was trying to jump up from wheel, which is not part of my practice.
And then the universe said,
"Get on down." But then, yeah, I didn't realize that,
mayhem was just around the corner.
Always is. You never know.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you just.
Yeah, la-di-da. It's like it never happened.
But you guys did amazing. Thank you. And Pie's here. Kitty, come here. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week. Oh. Come here, Kitty. Your adoring fans want to see you. Yes. Yay. Let's see. Oh, the cat was like. Spine is extra gooey and serpentine. Yay. Yay. I'm so glad you guys had fun. Yes, furry potato. So as we go through this month, we're going to then go individually through those concepts into these bigger classes. So it'll be a blast. Yes. I know. She's like, my cat gets really sketched out. She does not like loud noises. Yes, Jessica Cruz, we did get down and dirty. Literally, we threw dirt across the floor today. That's a fact. So, quick reminder coming up, not this week, or I think this Wednesday, we will have our drills and conditioning class. And then next week, in addition to our usual Monday shenanigans, we're doing a Tuesday night power sculpt class. So that's our 713 class. Kamar's from Houston. It's a very special day. So it's all going to be a playlist based on Houston artists, like a little bit of indie, but it's mainly all hip hop, and it's going to be a collaborative flow. So that's going to be really fun. Then we'll get married and shit. And then the rest of the month will happen, and I'll tell you guys all about those other things. But oh, Sydney. Hi, Sid. Yeah, it's going to be really fun. So I'll post all those in in Patreon. Plus, this week I'm going to work on organizing all my classes into a Google Calendar that y'all will be able to access through my website, so that you can add these classes onto your Google Calendar, because I know sometimes it's hard to remember things. So I'm trying to streamline things and make them a lot easier for everyone. You're welcome. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Oh. Well, I hope you all have a wonderful Monday. I have a couple of private clients to see. So I'm going to end our lovely stream here today. Again, thank you all so much for working and exploring and being adventurous. Like, it means the world, truly, to have this amazing little community. And I will see you all again soon. Bye, Miriam. Bye, Denisha. Thanks, Beatrice. How wonderful to have you. All right, folks, I'll see you again.